Well, should we get to our numbers now? All right, John, why don't you start out with the VOMP numbers, and we'll do like we always do.
Sure. So this week was an interesting one for sending out just because with the end of the month and the holiday time.
Memorial Day.
Yep, Memorial Day. Yep. We didn't want to send out beginning of the week or a couple days into the week just because we want to make sure that, again, like we've said multiple times, that we give all VOMP members that we send out for the greatest possibility of getting a job. And we just didn't want, when you come in on a week, the first weekday after a holiday or holiday or a long weekend or whatever, you go through those emails pretty fast. And if it's something that isn't normal or isn't something pertaining to you, you might just go through it. So anyway, we held off. And then on top of that, it was the end of the month and the beginning of the new month. So we didn't send out a ton of emails on behalf of VOMP members. But we still had 12 warm responses. And Kim Wilson received a job. And then just before we started recording this, we were informed that Jack Hicks received a job from a referral he got from that guy, Todd.
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah, I think John, as a gentleman that I've worked with, he used to be with a production agency in South Carolina, I think, and now he's off on his own, but he does some work for them from time to time yet, kind of freelancing. So he asked for a different voice. That's what happens sometimes. I mean, I think Jack and my voice, in some ways, we're middle-aged, guys, males, but he wanted a different sounding voice. And so it was nice to be able to have somebody. That's one of the things I like about our voice roster is we've got people we can trust. And you guys have done a good job vetting them. And they're great talent. And they get back with people. And, I just was emailing back and forth with Jack about, pricing and stuff like that, the quote that he was going to send John. So I'm sure it'll be good because Jack's a great guy. John's a great guy. And the other thing I was thinking about was, I think Andy, my assistant, sent out over 500 emails for the voice roster.
Yeah, now he did the same thing. I mean, I think he picked a good day a couple days into this week. So hopefully, there's going to be a lot of people that take off. It's kind of the first major holiday that's warm out for especially the upper Midwest and whatever. And so there's a lot of people that go on, but it's still, I think he picked Wednesday or Thursday here to send out. So that's always nice. And we're doing with the, personal emails that we're sending out on behalf of the VOMP members. That's quite nice to have, a few thousand or more going out every single month on behalf of the roster. And that's going to grow too. We just know it as we keep, putting in the effort with the marketing for our roster and other things that we're doing to get the roster more eyes on it from the video production company, and hopefully get some clients that keep on coming back and use different voices, and some of the same voices would be
Well, you
great.
do actually have a few people that do come back. Is that right?
That's true. Yes, we do. Yep.
So that's nice. I mean, it's the same for the voice roster it is for individuals. You get those, like we always say, you get returning clients. It's gold. You've got them. They like working
and
with
they trust you.
Ease
so
of
it's
use.
Easy. Yeah, exactly.
Yep, you get to know them, and it's just like they maybe use you once a year, every other month, once a week. Like I've gone on record saying that sometimes Mom will ask me, did so-and-so get a hold of you this week? You didn't get any jobs from them? And it's like, no, hope everything's okay, because you're just so used to working with them all the time. So that's nice about the voice roster, that we're getting a little traction there, and video production companies are coming back and using our voice roster.
Yeah, it's great. We're getting warm responses from those emails that Andy's sending out, and we hope to continue that. So,
all right,
that's it
all
for me.
All the VOMP numbers. All right, my numbers this week included 5 warm responses. I got 3 today. So that was kind of nice. And I didn't send out today because it's Friday.
Yeah.
Then I had 1 new client. That was a $50 job. That was an audition that Joe sent me from kind of VOMP related. So it wasn't one that I sent out for. It was one that I think
Voice roster, I thought, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's one of the people that have come back to us a few times now and seems to really enjoy working. He's worked with a couple people, I believe, on the roster, and this time he chose Hudson. So
nice. Yeah, I appreciate it. And then Fiverr for me was a little bit better this week. I actually had 4 jobs this week, which is not usual. And the thing with these is right now I'm still at the point where I'm trying to get volume of jobs. I don't care about the price so much because I'm trying to level up and stuff like that. So I had actually 3 jobs that were $30 and then a job that was $25. So just trying to, any chance I can, especially with Fiverr and in voiceover in general, I'm trying to just get lots and lots of jobs to get better at voiceover and to also prove that I'm kind of in it, to stick with it. So anyway, that added up to $165 from my new client. It was a $50 job. And then I had 3 $30 jobs and then a $25 job. And then I actually did 1 hour of editing for you. So $185. So, not a lot of money, but we missed Monday. I didn't send out. Yeah. Sometimes I do that. So anyway, nothing to be worried about. Just keep on keeping on.
Yep.
So anyway.
Yeah. I don't know, John, maybe this is something we'll want to talk about at another episode. But it seems like something's going on with Fiverr. Maybe I was down last month. I think I was down maybe average from what I normally average, maybe around 10 grand. I was down about 3 grand. And the communities that I'm a part of that talk about Fiverr, one in particular, they're really feeling the pinch right now. Quite a few of them. Some people wonder if they've oversold themselves. I don't know if you've heard any of those things, but this week, I'll let you answer that in a second, but this week, my platforms, which is mainly Fiverr, was just $880. So that's down, it's usually closer to 2 grand a week. Any thoughts about that? Anything that you've heard or any suspicions? Because you're the one that manages my Fiverr, and maybe you're a little bit, you have your ear closer to the track than I do. Anything come to mind?
It does seem that maybe there's some things that Fiverr has done, without going into too many specifics. It seems like maybe they've diluted some things that they offer. Like you can have somebody, if you refer a person, I believe, to start a Fiverr account, you can get like $100. So I think that there's some people that are just referring people, and so that can hurt, dilute, because then they're trying to, get all those people impressions that maybe aren't even really using their account.
Interesting.
And then they're also, moving people up to the top rated seller. I think maybe that it's, they might not be ready for the top rated seller, or they might not be qualified, or they wouldn't have been in the past. And so there's more people like that, and there's just more people on the platform. So I don't pay attention to it a ton, especially now that I'm working with VOMP, but with what I know of doing it since 2016, it just seems like it's changed a fair amount. The people that were making a lot of money back in 2016 and the past few years, I don't think they're feeling the pinch. And then some of these people that joined between probably 2018 to now, and that were doing well within the past couple of years, are feeling the pinch, from some of the changes that have happened. So I know that they're also allowing you to pay per click, and I don't know where that starts exactly. That might be a level. I think it might be a level 2, so you can pay like up to $50.
You mean the promoted gigs?
Yeah. You can pay up to like $50 a day for clicks, and now it's per click, so it's maybe 10 to 15 cents per click, and you'll max out at $50 for the day if you get more clicks than that. So then you've got people paying maybe a fair amount of money, so they've got to somehow get those people. They probably know kind of what they're doing, I would assume. They've researched it and stuff, but maybe they've done a little bit of an overreach, or don't know exactly what to do now or what's going on and all that kind of stuff. And they have a Fiverr Pro thing too, and I'm just not sure if that's really, if people that are on those Fiverr Pro things are doing as well as maybe you'd think they would, just because they are some of the top talent, that are on there. We know a few, and and they don't talk about doing very well. I mean, they get some pretty good jobs here and there when they get jobs, but it's not like they're just, you know, they're not rolling in it like some of those top-rated sellers were back when we first started in 2016, when they had sometimes 10, 15 jobs or more in the queue every single day, and they were not cheap, you know, not cheap jobs. And so, yeah, it's interesting.
Our philosophy has always been, I mean, your philosophy with mine, Fiverr, has always been basically one gig, stay the course. You know, you once in a while use, you know, try to get the prices up, maybe move down just a little bit, maybe change a thumbnail picture, and you've done the same for, you know, for Hudson. And so far up to this point, you know, I think we've steadily grown to the point last year with over $112,000 we made on Fiverr last year. And so maybe we have to, you know, continue to watch the signs and things like that. But I know there are a lot of people, got to change my thumbnail, got to do this, got to get more gigs. And we've just never had that mentality. I'm not saying that's for me, for us, it's worked. I don't know for them. And I don't know, maybe we'll have to change a little bit. But anyway, I guess my point is we're feeling the pinch a little bit. Like last month, I made about $7,500 on Fiverr, but I had a $32,000 month. And so my direct email marketing, you know, was good last month. And that's the wonderful thing about having multiple streams. Fiverr went down. Some people who only have Fiverr, or it's a big, big part of their income stream, they don't have fearful. They're a little bit panicky, and I can understand that, and that's why we try our best to communicate. Make sure you have multiple income streams. So this week, $880 on my platforms, direct email marketing, $4,202.16. For a 4-day work week, I had $5,082.16. $5,082.16. And I'll just say one thing. This is, I'm almost to my 13th anniversary, and so, you know, for being in voiceover. So I know that Fiverr's slowed down a bit. I know that direct email marketing might be slowing down a little bit. And I don't know exactly if it's beginning of the summer, inflation, gas prices, you know, people going places, Ukraine, just all the stuff that's going on. Here's the point, though. Be wise. Now's not the time to be panicking and flailing. You might have to evaluate, you might have to adjust, you might have to change some things, but just be careful. It's just like those people that the stock market starts to go down and they want to get out right away. And it's the people that stay in and are careful, make calculated adjustments, are the ones that you know, weather the storm. So there's my little preaching session for you about that.
All right. There's our numbers for this week.